So, welcome in, everybody. Glad you're here. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. It is rainy here in South Carolina. It is supposed to be raining all weekend, I think. Not sure. I haven't. Yeah, it is. It's supposed to be like a nor'easter coming through. So, it's going to be lots of rain and flooding. So, I will probably stay home most of the weekend as I normally do because I can't get out like I want to. Tomorrow is my birthday, and so my friends want me to go out to dinner or do something, but we'll have to see how I feel, how things go. Excuse me. So what I wanted to talk about today is the medications and drugs that were prescribed for illnesses, diseases that we have, and then their long-term effects that last beyond the illness. So that's what we're going to touch on today. Um, it might not be a very fun video, but it's something that I wanted to talk about because it is real and it does need to be discussed, I think, with people before they decide on a treatment option for whatever disease or they may have. So, if you followed my videos, you know that I am a cancer survivor. I had stage 3 colon cancer in 2010 and went through chemo, chemo for that. And the chemo drugs that I had, one of them is called oxypalatin, which is I had it through the port. So it was once a week. Well, no, not once a week. It was once a month that I had that, or once every 3 weeks, I guess, that I had that drug or medication. I don't want to say drugs because it gives a bad connotation, but that medication. Thanks, guys, for coming in. Leave me a comment. Let me know where you're coming in from. Sorry about that. I'm trying to see my chat, but I'll get there. Bear with me. So the medication that I was given for my chemo, one of them was called oxypalatin. And I pulled up the side effects. I mean, there's several different side effects, but I pulled up the list of side effects that I personally experienced. And one of them is neuropathy, where everything you touch, drink, feels like frozen, and can cause almost cause spasms, if you will, especially if you're drinking something cold. Um, Tingling, numbness, um, other peripheral neuropathy, yeah. Other side effects is, hi, Aviana. I'm sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Adriana, hi. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Let me see if I can chat. Should be able to leave a message. No. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm new to this, so if I can't leave messages, I do apologize. Maybe I can do it on my tablet. I don't know. Um, so another side effect of the oxypalatin is bone pain, and that's what I am suffering with now. Thanks. I'm good to see you too. I'm glad you're here. Um, so when you think about chemo drugs and the purpose of the drugs is to kill cells. So it doesn't just hey K-pop lover, good to see you. Thanks for being here. It doesn't just kill cells, it kills bone, muscle, nerves. It doesn't just target the bad cells, if you will. So, boyfriend, am I 1 years old? I don't know what you're saying. Um, so it also affects nerves, your bone. Okay, boyfriend, I'm not sure what that. Yeah. Okay, Nightbot is doing its thing. Okay. Um, so in my case, it has severely affected my spine. So with that being said, it has caused the disc and the bones in my neck to be severely degenerative. I can't say the word. Um, so with that, I have spinal cord compression, nerve compression, and it makes it very difficult to do things because it's affected my walking. It's affected um, my hands. I don't have good dexterity in my hands and fingers, so I don't. It's hard to type. Um, so yeah, I'm going through my third neck surgery next month to relieve the pressure off of my spinal cord and nerves, and hopefully, I mean, what damage? The damage has already been done, so they can't reverse the damage to my spinal cord, but they can keep it from getting worse, if you will. Another drug that I was given is tamoxifen, which I was given for breast cancer that I had in 2016. So yeah, October is breast cancer month. So please, please, please get your mammograms. If you people say mammograms hurt, don't want to get it, it hurts. And my answer to that is it hurts a lot less than a mastectomy. So please take care of yourself, advocate for yourself, and get your mammograms. But the tamoxifen that I was taking is also long-term effects, and we're talking years after taking it, is bone density. Sometimes it can help with bone density, other times it just softens your bones, weakens your bones. So with that being said, my point is what medications we take that could potentially save our life end up destroying our bodies in the long run. So in my case with the colon cancer and the oxypalatin, yes, it's probably saved a reoccurrence. However, in the long term, it's destroyed my bones in my neck and my spine, and now I'm dealing with chronic issues that are debilitating. So we wanted to have the discussion of what medications we've been offered or told we needed in order to cure a disease or save our life or fix a problem that we have. And these medications, hi, Sigma Boy, good to see you. Thanks for being here. These medications are given to us without us being informed of the long-term effects. And, they always say, well, the benefit outweighs the risk. So I'm just asking to be aware of the medications that you're giving or offered or told that you need, and ask questions about the long-term effects. How is this going to affect me 5-10 years down the road? Thanks, guys, for coming in. I appreciate it. You can leave me a message. Let me know you're here. I'm still getting used to this messaging thing, so I'm not sure if I know how to I can pin a message. Okay. Pin that one, hopefully. I'm not sure how I chat. I don't know how to do this. I can start a poll. But I'm glad you guys are here. I appreciate it. I really do. Like I said, I'm new to this. Just trying to have something to take up my day, because I am now, I guess, disabled, as they're saying. My body is. My mind says, yes, I can do all these things. My body says, no, girl, you can't do it. And it's very humbling, and it's very, it's a hard thing to accept. I've had to resign from my job, which was very sad for me, I guess. And so I said, I'm not going to sit here and rot in my bed all day because I can't get up and do things, or I can't walk, or I can't drive. So this is why I decided I will go on YouTube and share my story, hopefully make people laugh, because I do believe that laughter is one of the best medicines, and it doesn't have any long-term effects. Now, I'm not saying for any reason, I'm not saying don't take these medications. I'm not saying don't. I'm saying do your own research. I'm just telling you about my experience and what I'm going through. I'm not saying don't take them if they're needed to save your life or they're needed to cure whatever you have. I'm just saying do your research, ask questions, and make sure that it really is benefiting you in the long run. In my case, in the oxypolatin that I was given it in such a high dose that I just couldn't function. And I talked to the doctor about it. I said, I can't do this. And they did have to cut the dosage back. So I think what caused my issues is the high dose that I was given. So I'm just asking to please, please, please talk to your doctors, ask the questions, do your research whenever you're offered medications or prescriptions that not even life-saving ones, but anything that you take for a simple ailment. Just make sure that you do your research and know what the long-term effects are. and that you're able to accept that. So with all that being said, I do think that we have some good medications out there that do more good than harm. I think that there's a lot more that can be done to educate people on side effects and the long term of these medications. And it's not just like I said, not just medications that are life-saving. I mean, if you absolutely need this drug to, and again, I don't want to say drugs because it gives that bad connotation. If you absolutely need this medication or need this treatment to save your life, then do it. Like I said, if the benefit outweighs the risk, but you have a choice. You don't always have to agree with your doctor, but you do need to have a conversation with your doctor. I've said this before in previous videos that you really have to advocate for yourself. So with that being said, I was going to change gears a little bit and see if we can bring up the mood, because I know that it is a heavy topic for some. Let me just see here. Let me just see here. Turn that down. And I'm just testing this out, guys. See what that does for me. Hi, Sigma. Alright, that didn't do what I wanted it to do. Welcome in, guys. I'm just testing this out now to see if it's going to work the way I want it to. Oh, yeah, it does work. Okay, there we go. So I guess I have to be on my tablet and my phone to do this because I can't type it from my phone. That's interesting. So, yeah, leave me a comment below and let me know if you have, if there's any medications or prescriptions that you were given that you're now suffering long-term effects of. If there's anything that if you could do it over, you would reconsider. Again, I'm not saying don't take what's needed. Don't, if you need medications, if you need treatments, please, please, please get it. But do your research. And with that being said, I do appreciate you guys being here. I really do. Like I said, I'm new to this. I'm testing things out, learning along the way. While some days I can't do anything other than lay in the bed. And it's very disheartening. And it's, yeah, that's, and like I said, it's a hard thing to accept that you can't do all the things that you want to do or used to do or can do, or your mind tells you can do it, but your body tells you, nope, you're not going to do that. It just stops you in your tracks. Bear with me. I'm just trying to pull this up so I know what my commands are because they're not pulling up. It does tell me the commands, okay. I'm going to unpin this. There we go. All right. Like I said, okay, I don't know why it's not working. Oh, there we go. Okay. Takes a minute. Is there any medications or any treatment plans that you have done that you question whether or not you really should have done it? I would be interested to knowing. I know that there's, when you're faced with an illness or disease that you don't know a lot about, and you rely on the doctors to tell you, well, this is what you need to do, and you just do it without question, and sometimes it's not maybe the right one for you. And yeah, so I was just so yeah, just leave me a comment and let me know if there's any medications that you have taken that have now caused long-term effects for you. And with that, after talking about all that, we're going to change gears just a little bit, because I think it's important that we do keep a happy heart and a positive attitude, and just be grateful and thankful that we're still here. No matter what challenges we have, we're still here for a reason. And it's important to remember that, and remember to just laugh. And it can be just an attitude. Laughing can be just an attitude. So let's see if I can bring up something here. All right, we're going to talk about, do a little silly jokes, okay? Why was the baby strawberry crying? Why was the baby strawberry crying? Because his mom and dad were in a jam. Okay. Haha, funny, funny. What is a calendar's favorite food? If you know the answer, drop it in the comments for me. What is a calendar's favorite food? A calendar's favorite food is dates. What do you call a fake noodle? A fake noodle is an impasta. That sounds like a southern twang there. Impasta. Why don't eggs do well in school? Why don't eggs do well in school? Because they crack under pressure. What did the buffalo say when his son left? Now we're doing animal jokes. What did the buffalo say when his son left? Bye, son. What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? What do you call a sleeping dinosaur? A dinosaur. Why did the computer need glasses? To improve his website. How do trees get on the internet? How do trees get on the internet? They log in. Thanks, guys, for being here. If you haven't hit that thumbs up for me, I would appreciate it. All right, let's see. Silly one-liners. I don't know if I would consider them silly or just stupid. I have an addiction to brake fluid, but I can stop whenever I want. What kind of trees fit in your hand? If you know the answer, what kind of trees fit in your hand? A palm tree. Why was the Scarecrow so good at his job? Because he was outstanding in his field. I used to hate facial hair, but then it grew on me. All right, let's see. Why do skeletons fight each other? Whoop. They don't have guts. I used to be addicted to soap, but I got clean. I'm on a seafood diet. I see food and I eat it. I told my suitcase there was no vacation this year. Now I'm dealing with emotional baggage. I think we all have some emotional baggage at some point. What do you call somebody with no body and no nose? Nobody knows. Want to hear a construction joke? I'm still working on it. Why did the stadium get hot after the concert? Oh, okay, I get it. Okay. Why did the stadium get hot after the concert? All the fans went home. What do you call a bear with no teeth? A gummy bear. Why can't you trust ducks? They're always cracking jokes. What do you call a sleeping bull? A bulldozer. All right, so that was just a little couple jokes, little funnies, hopefully to bring a little smile to your face. I know that this subject is kind of deep and um, could be triggering to some, but I think it is important to talk about how our medications are going to affect us in the long run. Um, Now, would I have done anything differently? I don't know. There's really no point in going back, and I can't change anything, so there's no point in going back and asking myself, what could I have done differently? I did what was recommended to me at the time, and yeah, so that's it. That's that. But as far as doing anything differently, I don't know that I could have or would have. We make decisions based on our own knowledge, our own research, recommendations, um, and we have to make those decisions with no regret, I guess. So, yeah. If anyone else is dealing with chronic issues after receiving treatments or medications that saved our life, let me know. Let me know in the comments. Let me know your story. Let's have a conversation about it. But like I said, I do want to just make people aware that it is real. You never know what someone else is going through or what someone else has been through. Um, and we just need to be cognizant of other people um, and just hopefully make people aware that we do have choices. Let's see. All right, so is there anything funny going on anywhere? Anything people want to talk about or laugh about? Because, it's Friday, it's raining, we all need to laugh. We all need to relax, have a chill session. Sometimes we just need to forget our troubles and another song. Forget your troubles, come on, get happy. I'm not a good singer, but I think that's how it goes. Welcome in, guys. I appreciate you being here. If you don't mind hitting the thumbs up for me. Subscribe if you haven't already. I would appreciate that too. I am learning as I go. Hopefully these videos will get better and better. And yeah, we just, do what we can to try to get them going. I say we, me, I, me. There's no we. I. Like I said, this is just a hobby for me. I am just trying to get people to relax, people to de-stress, people to laugh, and know that nothing is that big a deal. We can get through it. We can get help when we need to. We can talk about it and learn from it, I guess. So with that, I am going to end this out. I may be back on later with another video. We'll see, but I do appreciate everybody being here. If you're watching it on replay, leave me a message and let me know. Leave me a thumbs up. And yeah, let's have conversations. Let's talk about it. Let's laugh together. So with that, I hope everyone has a good rest of their day, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. And we will chat later. Thanks for being here, guys. I appreciate it. Bye for now.